Hello, everyone, this is Vice Melon. The first thing everyone notices when walking on the road is that other people's bodies range from petite and cute to strong and reliable, to skinny enough that you can see the shape of their bones, and to fleshy ones. But not all bodies are suitable. Being treated tenderly, especially in the Korean appearance culture that pays attention to appearance, has become a social norm. There is a young girl from South Korea. She once suffered many setbacks because of her figure, but she achieved the transformation from a fat girl to a muscular goddess. The transformation has led to an enviable life. In 1986, Xiaoi was born as a primary school student in Daejeon, South Korea. Xiaoi was already a chubby girl. The reason why Xiaoi was so swollen in elementary school was not because she had any disease. It's not the inheritance of family genes, but because her mother always cooks a huge portion of food for every meal because Xiaoi's father is very fond of eating. Not only does their family have rich dishes, but what's rarer is that her parents don't know how to eat. They deliberately control Xiaoi's food intake. They cook for her as much as she can eat. With such a family environment and a super-eating father taking the lead, it is difficult for Xiaoi not to gain weight. At this time, you in front of the screen may feel strange. As a Korean, in a country where body anxiety is extremely serious, did Xiaoi's parents not discipline her when they saw her getting fat? In fact, when Xiaoi let herself go, Korea was in a super academic society. Koreans wanted a good-looking face more than a slim figure. And Xiaoi happens to be a smart child. So in this family environment where family matters are critical, Xiaoi eats a lot every day, and her appetite becomes bigger and bigger. This situation continues until Xiaoi is admitted to a top local high school. She studied more and ate more every day, so her weight soared to 100 kilograms in high school. At this time, Xiaoi's weight was well-deserved to be the number one. She still maintained the aura of being the top student in her previous studies, but she was still the number one. Under the background of smarter classmates, the competition gradually dimmed. The competition in key high schools made Xiaoi choose to drop out of school and enter a cram school to prepare to take the college exam alone. After leaving the ivory tower, the people around her were not as friendly as her classmates in school. Xiaoi just coughed a little in the classroom and was ridiculed by a male classmate in the cram school for eating so much food but failing to absorb the nutrients. This sentence hit Xiaoi psychologically. She didn't know what she had done wrong, and she didn't know what it was. Why do boys call her fat for no reason? They also mock her for being sick. Her former high school classmates admire her because of her smart mind and pester her to explain problems every day. The teachers like her because of her excellent grades, always in front of the whole class. People around her praised her, not because they knew Xiaoi was fat, but they just reminded her tactfully that she was a little fat, hoping she could lose weight for the sake of her health instead of humiliating her body shape. Such a contrast made her feel overwhelmed, and she could only face it in the end. Red-faced, she packed up her school bag and ran away from this classroom that was full of malice towards her. The moment she turned around, her classmates who were still laughing could no longer suppress their laughter and started laughing. They didn't care that they hadn't gone far yet. Will Xiaoi hear that Xiaoi wants to talk to the teacher about her troubles, but the teachers in the cram school only care about her grades? Not only do they not care whether Xiaoi has been bullied, but they warn her not to affect other students' studies. The isolated Xiaoi feels body anxiety for the first time. She never cared about her weight. She looked at herself in the mirror again and again after she got home. She thought that society would be like her mother said, as long as she studied well and worked hard to get into a top-ranked university and find a good and enviable job, then no one would look down on her. It wasn't until today that Xiaoi realized that she would be laughed at by others if she was not in good shape. Now she is overweight and no one likes her. Her grades that she was once proud of are in a mess. She looks like a loser. She doesn't want to suffer this kind of humiliation anymore. She must successfully transform and slap the faces of those who have ridiculed her. The first and easiest step is to change her appearance. Xiaoi decided to lose weight. She is not a casual person. Minutes of heat, but she took this matter seriously because 2 years later, she really lost weight from 100 kilograms to 65 kilograms. Her whole person changed drastically. Not only did her waistline become smaller, but the flesh on her face also disappeared. Occasionally, she was not there for a long time. The classmates who contacted her were surprised by her body changes when they saw her recent photos. Even if Xiaoyi joked with her classmates that she had used AI to change her face to lose weight, I believe the classmates would not doubt it. Of course, I have not used AI to change my face. Instead, she relied on her tenacious perseverance and persisted for 2 years before she became 65 kilograms. The period when they first got to know each other was undoubtedly the most difficult time. The fragrant meals stimulated her taste buds, and the sound of her father chewing them hungrily, disturbing her thoughts. Xiaoyi wanted to give up very much, but every time she stretched her chopsticks towards the pork belly, she would think of the harsh laughter of her classmates in the cram school. At this time, she would firmly put down the bowl in her hand and stay away from the table. She must never give up her dignity. She must persevere until she makes those harsh people regret laughing at her. Xiaoyi's transformation shocked the family, and they were puzzled. Just a week ago, this little girl was stewed with fried chicken and barbecue instant noodles. Suddenly, she doesn't like to eat. Could it be that she is sick? Xiaoyi's parents were very worried after seeing her changes. After listening to her thoughts and determination, they finally understood the reason why their daughter's appetite had decreased recently. The mother was very regretful that she had not been able to eat before. She controlled her food intake earlier and blamed herself for not being able to see that something was wrong with her. She decided to participate in Xiaoyi's weight loss plan to make up for her previous mistakes. Xiaoyi's mother began to study weight loss recipes and change her tricks to cook some delicacies for her that were not high in calories but could fill her stomach. Xiaoyi's father accompanied her to slowly reduce her food intake. She no longer ate and drank without scruple as before. With the support of her family, her weight loss journey became smoother. In addition to reducing her appetite, she also began to consciously control the amount of exercise can stand without sitting and can take 2 steps without standing. After all, Xiaoyi is only a high school student. Although she knows that she can lose weight faster by exercising in the gym, studying is her primary goal at the moment. In order not to affect her grades, she makes time to exercise every morning. She gets up at 4 a.m. and walks for 4 hours at a stretch. While walking, she memorizes words. This method not only exercises her body, but also deepens her memory of knowledge. For the sake of convenience, I would choose to take the elevator and climb 9 flights of stairs in one go to take the opportunity to exercise my muscles. Ordinary people combine work and rest by studying and playing for a while. Xiaoyi, when she is tired from studying, she goes out and runs a kilometer. She treats sports as a leisure hobby even after school. Xiaoyi didn't slack off during her rest time. There are 24-hour gyms everywhere in Korea. She used her spare time at night to go to the gym and practice hard until late at night before returning home. Most people are afraid that most people won't be able to persist in this kind of horrible special training for a week, but Xiaoyi persisted for 2 full years. Not only did she transform from a chubby girl to a beautiful woman, she also successfully admitted to the medical department of the university and found a handsome boyfriend on campus. At this time, Xiaoyi has achieved her goal back then. She has successfully lost weight, studied love, and had a great harvest. No one will laugh at her anymore. Her only headache now is school matters. There are too many things to learn in the medical department. If you want to become a qualified doctor, you must not only take various exams, but also I went to the hospital to participate in an internship. Xiaoyi was busy with school arrangements every day. Sometimes she didn't even eat. At the same time, Xiaoyi's boyfriend was no longer as warm as before. He even once started to question Xiaoyi's figure. How could she do with such a busy schedule? She has time to exercise. Her current good figure must have been slimmed down. These words made Xiaoyi suddenly feel angry. But the fat on her body is the result of exercising every day. Others can slander her appearance and laugh at her achievements, but they cannot deny her long years. With the stimulation of her boyfriend, Xiaoyi realized that she had not exercised for a long time. She preferred a body with muscle lines to a well-proportioned figure. As long as she had obvious muscles and let others see the traces of her exercise, no one would make sarcastic remarks. Xiaoyi no longer thinks about losing weight, but studies how to build muscle. The medical knowledge she learned on campus taught her how to keep fit from a professional perspective. Xiaoyi customized a strict fitness plan for herself. In addition to studying every day, she spends the rest of her time there. While training in the gym, she also designated a more professional recipe for herself. The food she ate at every meal was either chicken breast or broccoli, not even a bit of oil or water. Under the guidance of a professional and strict plan, Xiaoyi trained again for a year and finally finished it. After completing the transformation, there is no trace of flesh on her body. Every muscle is clear and full of strength, and she can even be called the queen of bodybuilding. Although her weight has only lost 9 kilograms before training, her muscle mass has greatly increased. Seeing such a strong body, who can tell that it is from hunger? After practicing to such an extent, Xiaoyi doesn't want to stop. Although she said that in the beginning, bodybuilding was just to slap her boyfriend in the face, but it would be better if she could win a prize by participating in a competition. Does it make you happy? With this idea in mind, Xiaoyi participated in a bodybuilding competition, and she undoubtedly won the championship. When Xiaoyi stood on the podium and shone brightly, the audience would not have expected such a confident person. A few years ago, a girl was actually a little fat girl who was sat alone because she would be laughed at. But then again, although Xiaoyi won the first place in the bodybuilding competition, she did not continue on the road to fitness because from the beginning, she did not work out because she wanted to win prizes, but worked out to satisfy herself. She was already very satisfied to be able to defeat professional players in competitions and win prizes. After successfully winning the prize, Xiaoyi no longer needed the extremely beautiful muscle lines. She stopped high-intensity training, integrating fitness into her life, returning to her previous career, and finishing college. After graduating with excellent results, she became a plastic surgeon. She realized her dream, and now no one is laughing at her. Not only because she can read and have a good figure, but everyone admires this girl who is never satisfied. No one knows what she will want next time, but everyone knows that she will definitely go higher to make herself better. Every fat guy has potential. Well, that is for today's video. Thank you, friends, for subscribing. See you next time for more exciting content.